Good afternoon, brothers. Good afternoon. Let me bring my brother Suave in. I see he just creeped his way in the door. What's going on? What's going on, brothers?
What's going on? How you doing?
Oh man, blessings to the both of you. Blessings to the both.
Right back at you, brother.
What's up, brother Suave?
Hey, hey, just last days. So, but it's always swap testing when you have a positive attitude. The bottle's half full, not half empty. So I'm just blessed to see another day I never seen before. And just thank God for another day to get it right.
Can't hear you, brother.
Okay. Oh, he was toasting.
Yeah, he's toasting, but we can't hear him. But I'm gonna pick up my drink to him too, though. Can't hear you, bro. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't think he's seen.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I see you. I see you.
That was a good speech.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna run it back, brother Suave. I know your situation. You know it ain't nothing but blessings, and I see that you're spreading your wings. So I'm saluting to both of you. And I'm gonna say happy past week and happy future weeks to the both of you. So we're gonna keep it pushing. I appreciate it. Saluta.
Wow.
It ain't much. It ain't much. It's a prop, bro. It's a prop. But listen, let me ask you this, because my wife was listening to me last week live. She was saying that I was sounding like I was staticky. Am I clean right now? Is my sound clean?
It sounds much better.
Okay, good, because I've been kind of working on it, trying to make sure that I could optimize this thing over here, man. So, we can do some things. But brothers, blessings, and how was your week? What's up, brother Suave?
Sometimes echo.
Yeah, you know what the echo comes. You know what the echo comes from? Everybody having their mic open. So usually, whenever we have our conversations, if you're not talking, you hit your mic and you kill that, then the echo won't come through. And you know what? We don't hear the echo until I go back and I view it again, because usually what I do is first thing in the morning I get up, the first thing I watch, I don't even watch local news. I'll pop on the video and look back and see what we doing, see how we did, you know what I'm saying, see our handsome faces on the screen. Here it is, we got this black melanin flesh on the screen. So I watch that first thing in the morning. So I know that I hear those. So the thing is that we have to just make sure whenever we're not talking, just whenever we finish conversation, just get in a habit of actually hitting the mute button. That's it. So everybody, brother Chris, brother Suave made a move on us. You know what I'm saying? He been being that travel nomad on us and everything, huh, brother?
Putting that rubber to the dirt, huh? Pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
How's the transition? How the transition going, brother Suave?
Well, on the transition, man, I'm trying to get my internet up. I had to get a box because I didn't want to do that month to month renting their property. So you know how I believe in ownership. So I own my own router, because it's like, man, you paying all that. And so I just, wanted to just own it. I didn't want to do like the monthly bills. So I paid things up for the year. Even though I probably won't make the whole year, but I just didn't want to have those monthlies. Just cut down, you save money. And I just wanted to do it. But as the transition, like I said, I'm going to always look at things in the most optimistic way, because at the end of the day, I got here safely, out of the 10 hours, 11-hour drive. All of it, with the exception of 1 hour, was without rain. But guess what? I got here safe. No accident, no harm, no nothing. So, things, again, I'm going to look at the bottle half full. I'm able to wake up and see another day, because I guarantee a few million out there didn't make it to see September 2nd, you know. And so I'm forever grateful. And I'm also grateful that we be able to be on this platform and spread messages and give people hope. I mean, we here to see each other. We haven't seen each other in a week, and look at that, we able to see each other and continue on this journey. And so I'm just forever grateful, man. And so, and then the fact that you're acknowledging that, that I've always been like a nomad. I love to learn. Let me tell you something, and I know I'm just talking, but this is when I talk about traveling and meeting people, man. Listen, as much as we see some of the negative things in our country about racism and things going on with people, listen, since I've been here, and it's just for 24, 48 hours, man, I have received nothing but respect. People reached out to me when I was throwing out boxes. The person was saying, "Hey, I'll help you out." And I'm like, I don't even know this person. This person went, helped me when I was trying to get some heavy things off the truck. This man who was carrying a dog with a hurt finger, broke hand, he attempted to help me. I went to the VA to register, and these people was like, "Hey, I'm gonna hold a spot. What number you have?" And it was like, I said, number 14. They said, "Don't worry about it. If you need to go to the restroom, I will hold it down for you." I don't even know these people. I mean, it was nothing but maybe 3 or 4 seconds walking up, and they were just embracing me. And we're talking about black, white, Hispanic, whatever. They were just, and so I'm just happy to see just something a little different, and I didn't have to worry about anything. And it was just a positive experience. And so if I could continue to have a positive mindset, and I think things work out for me, because a lot of things come through our head, and we don't control our thoughts, but we definitely control what comes out our mouth. And so again, when we talking about this platform being positive, we can have some negative thoughts, but we can redirect those thoughts and speak positive. And I'm just happy to just share that tonight on tonight's broadcast.
I got to get this mute button thing on point, because I'm over here pressing all kind of buttons. I'm trying to pay attention to everything. I'm multitasking. So, I'm still wet around the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get this thing right. So y'all work with me. Just work with me. But brother, you know what? I'm glad to hear that. But, one thing that we learn as we continue to go down this journey called life, man, is that what you put out there in the universe is what you get back. And you're eternally positive, just like me. I don't see the glass half full. I see the glass all the way full and starting to run over. That's the person that I am too. I'm eternally optimistic. I don't care how old I get. I believe that God has a sense for me that, okay, He wants you to be that 100 millionaire. I don't care if I'm 90 years old. I just think that, because I put that good vibe out there, and that's why I wanted to discuss purpose tonight, possibly. That was the reason that I want that, because if your heart is pure and your intentions are pure, and you treat people with respect, and you give people that true compassion and that humility, God gives it back. It's just you put it out there, it's gonna come back. So that's what you're getting. You're getting that back, because that's just the person that you are. You genuinely, when you speak and smile, your smile is genuine. It's nothing fake about it. That energy comes out, man. People can read your body language. So that's the good thing about it. That's the one thing that makes us, that separates us, because like I see you, Chris, all the time. Even when you're doing your broadcasting, you speak to everybody, you vibe with everybody, and you know what? Regardless of if they speak back or not, you still speak and smile. Because that's the way that we were groomed. That's the way that we came up. Because I know I can't walk past someone in the morning and they look me in my face and they don't speak. Say good. I just have to say good morning. It's just something in me. I have to do it, even if they don't speak back. And I don't get mad because they don't speak back. That's just them with their ass on the shoulder. I walk away with a smile, because I know that I'm just doing what makes me feel good. That speaking and smiling and saying good morning make me feel good. And if they accept it, fine. If they don't, they don't. But, Fred, I'm glad to hear that everything is going well, man. Like I said, the one thing that I pull from you is your energy of reinvention. because you're always reinventing yourself. You're not afraid to reinvent yourself. It's never too late. You're always fresh in the moment. You know, you always feel that you have that youthfulness where you can, you know, I can springboard and do anything anybody else can do. You know, and that's good to know that, man. And I'm glad that we are here to build this cipher and be able to continue to grow and do what we're doing. But let me quit taking up all the time. But brother, I'm glad to know everything is going well. Keep us in the loop. We might have to come on out to Indiana and do it live right there in Indiana, baby. What's up? Chris, how was your week, man? What was your week like this week? I see look like you were traveling all over the place. When I seen your locations on your Instagram posts.
Yeah, I'm doing a little movement here and there. You know what I mean? A little sightseeing. This was an awesome week. This is my birthday month. I'm celebrating this entire month. So I'm just excited. I'm usually excited, but I'm hyped because just like my brother Suave said, like there's a lot of people who can't celebrate like I can celebrate. And I was telling my kids, like, energy is contagious. Celebration is contagious. All I gotta do is clap my hands and get loud and hype. You see what I'm saying? And that just vibrates to other people. People going to look, at least look. Like, what's going on with him over there? Oh, he just being crazy. All right. Hey, I just be driving, waving to people. My kids like, you know that person? I'm like, nah, I know him now. What's up? How you doing? Because like you said, brother Suave, like, yo, just like energy is just so transferable. So transferable. You know what I mean? My week was so great. Let me just tell you one quick thing yesterday. I went to the park yesterday. I didn't even know what park I was going to. Spirit just led me there. Hand of God. You know what I mean? Driving, go to this park. Went to the park. I'm already ready to work out because my intention is to work out. You see what I'm saying? So I got my workout bag with me, and so I throw my wallet. I hate running with the wallet, you know, just the phone banging. It just, you know what I mean? Just get me out the mood to run and come like, so I got my little Camelback that I had from back in the Marine Corps, and going back to the Marine Corps, you know, adapt and overcome, just like Brother Suave was doing. Adapt and overcome. Greeting of the day was huge. Don't you dare walk past and not even move your lips. You know what I mean? To say the greeting of the day. You know what I mean? So I'm going back to my day. So in the park, and I see this young lady glistening. You know what I mean? Dark skin. You know, and she just running, and just seeing her run was like, dang. You know, I said I was gonna walk today, but I gotta at least do one strip or run. You know what I mean? Let me just do a strip. You know what I mean? I gotta do. I see her running. Like, it's just, I feel bad. You know what I mean? It came back in the Marine Corps. Like, I know you running. I know you running. You know what I mean? I can hear the voice. Why you're not running? All right, so I get out there. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm running. You know, she doing it good too. You know what I mean? She get on the side and she start doing her core. You know, doing the sit ups. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, man, I gotta do more than a strip. You know what I mean? So I start doing. You know, I'm gonna do little circuit court thingy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna run a strip, walk a strip, run a strip, because the way that it was built, it's built in a square. So I'm just like, I'm gonna run, walk. So I'm like, you know, I could do fully running. So I'm just doing my little jog, got my, you know, my Kanye in there. And, you know, something told me to talk to her. Hey, go ahead and talk to her. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to think I'm a creep. I didn't came here. You know what I mean? And I'm going to just start talking to her. You know what I mean? I want to look creepy. You know what I mean? That's a creepy move. You know what I mean? People just trying to go out there and I know how ladies feel. Like, I just come out here to get some free air. I want to be free. I don't want nobody pushing up on me and I'm sweaty. So I'm like, yo, come on, Spirit. Like, you're going to have to tell me for real. I need another sign. You know what I mean? So long story short, like Spirit's like, yo, you don't need no other sign. You know what my voice sound like. You know what your father sound like. You know what I sound. You know my voice, son. So I go over there. I'm like, hello, how you doing? I said, listen, hands up. I'm like, I'm innocent, okay? I just want to, my spirit led me over here to tell you this. And it might sound strange, but I'm just going, all right. She's like, nah, what's up? I'm like, well, my name is General, Father the Sixth. I have my shirt on, it's Father the Sixth. I said, hey, you know, I got a YouTube channel. I talk a lot about, you know, fatherhood, family, manhood. And I know you're not a man, obviously. However, you may know a man, young man, or somebody who's a father, you know, anybody in the man category, you know what I mean? If you don't mind, just, you know what I mean, pass my information along, and then, you know, that's it. She pulled her phone out. I'm like, all right, opportunity. You know what I mean? I'm like, just type it in. You know, she let me type it in her phone. Bam, hit subscribe. We start talking. We start talking about life. She told me her life story, just a piece of it. You know what I mean? She's only 20 years old. She's been through a lot. You know what I mean? And she's like, I just told her, like, yo, it's just your aura, your vibe. You know what I mean? Led me to you to say hello. You know what I mean? And she's like, what? My aura's like that? I said, yeah. I said, you powerful. Long story short, she ended up singing for me. You know what I mean? I went on my live stream. She said a couple words on my live stream, and we brighten each other's day. So just ending yesterday like that, and then coming in today, I'm excited. You know what I mean? It's wonderful. You know what I mean? That I can my purpose, I know my purpose, and I told her yesterday, my purpose is to bring people from the bottom up like this, kind of like a healer. You know what I mean? People keep having bad days, and just a good morning. Hey, how you doing? Hey, bro, I like that shirt. I see you. Look at that fitted. Brooklyn. All right. That could just, you know what? I'll just postpone tomorrow. Because I used to be a suicide prevention counselor in the Marine Corps. You see what I'm saying? Just that one little glimpse of somebody saying, oh, bro, I see that. Giants. All right. Even for Cowboys. You know how Giants is with Cowboys. But we still, just like in the armed forces, I'm a Marine. We always talk trash about the Army, but we still love our Army brothers. It's just something we do. You know what I mean? But nobody else but not talk about no service member. You know what I mean? But just like that in football. You know what I mean? I may not like Cowboys, but I'm like, hey, we taking it this year. And just that little bit can just save somebody from going off the cliff. So I'm ecstatic. Let me stop talking. I'm just ecstatic. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to be here. I'm just full of energy. I'm just glad for life for another day. That's right. It's the general.
That's what's up, man. I love the energy. I love the vibe. That's why, our cipher already tight. Our cipher already tight. But you know what? The thing about I like about it is, Chris, is that you have that old spirit, man. That old spirit is the best way for me to put it. I can't put it no other way. And that's good because you have values. And that's extremely important to have values at your age, because that's one thing that I think and I feel. And Brother Suave, you have all day to elaborate on that. But I feel that's something that has been lost in us is those values that we were taught. You know what I'm saying, Suave? Because we way set apart from those other generations. I mean, the stories that I can tell and things that I done when I was growing up, a lot of the kids look at me and like, damn, for real, you must have came up in slavery days. The things we used to do over the summers, like shuck peas and things like that. Be in the house all day shelling peas and things. Kids be looking at us like, y'all must have been slaves. So right now, the way I feel, I'm that old dude that I used to call an old dude when I was 18. You know what I'm saying? I used to look at a brother that was in his 50s and say, damn, he old. I'm that old dude now. But the thing about it is I'm not too far removed because I'm up on the technology. But the thing that I love is, like I said, is the fact that you do have purpose, that you do have compassion, that you do have humanity in you. And it's important that we have values. It's important for us, regardless of whoever it is that we see that's in front of us, regardless of what they look like, regardless of what, that's different from us. It's just about that compassion and that real thing. And that's one thing that Suave was talking about that I can appreciate is that he got the love that he deserved, period. Regardless, the thing about it is that he was dealt with like a man, not compartmentalized as, a black man. So that's the thing that I think that's a good thing is that the experience that you're getting and you're getting back what you're putting out there in the universe, brother, because, that's just the person that you are. I know you. You go over leaps and bounds for people. Your heart is big as this earth, bruh. And I know the things that you do and the only thing that always happens for you is that God always just treats you back. And like you guys were saying, though, that really hit me is the fact that when you said that there's people here that are not here anymore. There's people that are not here. You know what I'm saying? There's people that are not here. And because one of my good friends, one of my friends that over 30 years, his daughter's mother died from COVID complications just 3 days ago. And she was 49 years old. 49. And from his understanding, anyway, that she was, perfectly healthy. There was nothing, she didn't have any other ailments, but I don't know, and I don't know if he fully knows. But it's just, and that's something that for me, like I was telling him earlier today, because I've been actually, just trying to be able to be that dude that he can come and talk to. And even though, he's still a knucklehead, he's a knucklehead, even though he's an older dude, he's still a knucklehead. But this one got him. You know what I'm saying? Because they were great friends. Besides being parents to the same daughter, they didn't end up being together. She got married, but they had a great relationship and they were very good friends. And it hit close to me. I'm like, it wasn't my blood, but because of our relationship that we had, it hit me, and she was only 49 years old. So, we have to have a purpose. And the reason I want to discuss purpose, because, we have our birth date and we have our date that we go and meet our creator. It's that dash in the middle. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's the important part. And that's why I say purpose. Once you understand what your purpose is, that's when you're held accountable. God will let you do, the creator will let you do whatever you're doing. And it's just like a kid. If you don't know, you don't know. You're going to do things, even though you don't know. But once you do learn, you're held accountable. And that's the point. When you learn and discover your purpose, you're held accountable. Don't run from it, regardless of how great it may seem or how small it may seem. But what people might see as small might be great to others. And that's one thing that I like that you said, Brother Chris, about the fact of what you were doing as far as when you were in the service, helping those to understand the value of themselves, and a lot of people take things for granted, man. And one thing we can't take for granted is this journey, because none of us are guaranteed to be here even after we get finished with this show. Matter of fact, we might not finish the show, because did you hear the story about the lady whose son found the gun in the house and killed her on the Zoom call?
Yeah, I just read it.
A kid, a little kid too. A little kid found a gun.
It was her boyfriend's gun.
Right, it was her boyfriend's gun. He found the gun. She was on a Zoom call, and he shot her and killed her. Shot her in the head and killed her on the Zoom call live. So, it's something different, man. It's something different. Brother Suave, you can jump on in anytime you want to jump in.
I was just listening. I really was just listening. When I was doing this, I wasn't doing it to say something. I was like, yes. So I didn't want that to be misinterpreted. So when you see me doing that, I'm saying yes. And if I do this, that means I have something to say.
No, that was tragic. You know what I mean? And I tell my kids all the time, like, listen, y'all, purpose. I talk purpose a lot to them, because I want them to really think. I don't want them to have a purpose that I want them to have. I want them to have their own purpose, because when it's your own, you're more driven for it. You know what I mean? And it's so funny. And I'm going to take it just a little bit, back a little bit. My daughter just bought her first TV. Okay. She had a TV, you know what I mean? But, after, how TVs do, you know what I mean? It start after the 10-year mark, you know what I mean? Or whatever mark it is, it start doing that little funny color thing, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, she do YouTube. She does game. And I said, so you want to invest in your business? Because I'm not investing in there unless I'm getting a piece. I done invested a lot already. You know what I mean? I could be that silent investor, but I'm gonna want to call some shots too. But long story short, she bought her own TV. She came in here. We researched which companies was doing the best for what she needed. And we went through each company, each daggone sale and promo codes, like a real comptroller type. You know what I mean? So she came in the mail, and she took it in and she cleaned up and she put it together and everything, and she's as she should be, proud. But when it's now that TV is hers now, she had to spend her money over $100 for this TV. I guarantee you, now that you know it's yours, you're going to treat it differently. So going back to purpose, when I ask my kids, when they finally realize what their purpose is, and sometimes purposes change depending on where you're at and what you need to do. You know what I mean? Once they figure out for themselves, yeah, I can help them. It's just a little bit different. It hit differently when when you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? It just hit a little like a yeah.
Brother Suave, got anything that you would like to go ahead and throw in this pot of gumbo that we chopping up now?
yes. Listen. I love this topic. Reason I love it because I for years I'm hearing some feedback. What is that? Okay. Anyway, I love this topic because I was always assuming what I knew my purpose and what I'm doing in life, and it didn't fit into any of the things that and I remember people were like, why would this man do when he do marriage therapy? What is a life? What is something? Look at the world now. What they're pursuing personal growth.
Brother Suave, it seems like maybe there's some type of interference on your side as far as you coming through, because you're kind of you're gapped. Whenever you speak, you'll speak and then it'll go out and then you'll come back. Is that's what you hear, Chris, or you hear him clearly?
No, I hear the same thing. I think because you don't have an ear. You have an earpiece in? Or you on speaker? If you're on speaker, probably the feedback from the speaker.
Right. Okay. Is both of you guys on mute? Okay. So okay. Are you hearing me good now? Okay, perfect. So again, and so I didn't worry about what other people were saying because I knew my purpose. I knew that I was going to do something, because one of the things I always wanted to do was change where I wasn't worrying about recognition and being famous, but I wanted to realize I can change the world one by one. And like when I doing something like great, and I remember for the past year and a half, I've been constantly saying great, and now I'm hearing people saying great morning, great this, great that. And people don't know where things come from, but I always know that I was ahead of the game. I knew my purpose, and I knew what I was put on the earth for. And for me to understand that, and I'm looking at what's going on now, these, like people was talking about the brother Kevin Samuels, but people know I've been doing that for 30 years. And people like, huh? Because I knew this, and I didn't worry about somebody saying, why would you do that? Because I knew my purpose, and it wasn't about being famous, but trying to change the world one by one. And I understood it. So this topic is very important and dear to my heart, because I see a lot of people growing, because again, when they realize what they're here for, man, it's an incredible thing to have that epiphany and say, hey, I'm going to start doing this, because it becomes very easy. It's not something that you got to put a lot of effort into. You put the work in, so therefore you can be competent and not just confident. But the energy you put in it is not hard at all. And I love this topic. I mean, I learned something from a brother in the Marine Corps when he was saying he was a suicide prevention officer, and that right there touched me, because I remember it just when I was in boot camp. You had a couple of people who just could not deal with the stressors of parasite in boot camp, and they tried to commit suicide. And just imagine some of the people who are cross seas, and their wife and children on the other side of the world, and they're going through depression, and they just need someone to talk to. And especially when you're in the Corps, everybody's so macho, but people are having their own individual struggles. So when he was doing that then, and so obviously he knew what he was here for, to change lives and to motivate and inspire others. And that's I'm telling you, that says a lot about this young man, And you were right, Fred. He has an old spirit, and you're talking about they're consistently talking about the stuff that we identify. And he's we almost 20 years a senior, but he's definitely on point, and I'm glad. I mean, the humility, but also he knows what he knows. He has this stuff on point, and I'm happy that we can be able to cipher this thing up, man. I'm enjoying it. You know, it's something you said earlier, but I had to keep a straight face because I got a little emotional inside, and sometimes you can hear it in my voice. But when you had said things gonna come back to you, because I would say that a long time ago for years, and people said, "Who are you to say you deserve this? Would you think you're entitled?" I said, "Well, I guess because I give so much, and I know it's gonna come back to me." And people are like, "You just tripping? You ain't entitled." It's who to say. I say it's gonna come back. You can say whatever you want. And I tell people, stop always getting my confidence mixed up with arrogance, man. I know what I know, and I can't explain it, but it always come back to me. I mean, I've been through uh, um, issues in relationships, marriage, and I'm always blessed. I've seen people go through divorce and they sit there struggling for the rest of their life, and I'm still constantly, issues with my child support. I'm still straight. And because I know I'm going to always be blessed. And even today was an emotional moment for me because of doing so much and experiencing a couple of deaths last week. And the thing is, I was behind with my work. It's my last year on this doctorate program. And it's another program. So here I am, was ahead of the game, but then I had such a challenging week and a half, and I got behind with my work. So I was like, I finally got a chance to tell them that I was running behind. I need some grace. I need this because you pay your money and everything. I'm like, listen, I don't know what to say. I just need some grace. And they were like, don't worry about it. I got you. And then my chest, I got a little air in my chest. I was a little happy. And then I thought about it. I'm like, why was I worrying when things always work out for me? I give back, and then somebody gave back to me. May not been the person I gave to, but I give back and it comes around. And sometimes, that's the human part of us. Sometimes we worry, and then I have to shake it off and like, nah, I'm great and things going to work out for me. And so when you said that, it just took me back to that place. And again, I'm at the stage where I can be very deliberate and free with expressing me being an emotional human being because I'm grateful. And when I'm grateful, I'm emotional, and there's no need for me to play this hard thing because I feel it, and I'm happy and I'm grateful for when things come back, because I've given to the country, I've given to my community, I've given to a whole bunch of people, man. And I'm talking about things that's dear to my heart and my time, which is something I can never replace. But I'm happy, and I'm just thanking for just even talking about that because that took me to a place, and I'm just happy. I'm enjoying the cipher, man. I'm really enjoying it, and that's what I have to say.
I got to jump in too, man. You know what I mean? Let me jump in one more time. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. You know what I mean? I talk to my kids about this all the time, and starting off, it was really rough. Well, it wasn't rough as others with the pandemic and being laid off and whatnot. But then I had to tell myself, okay, and this is one of the topics I talked about on my show was the invisible pressures of manhood or fatherhood. And okay, now I'm laid off. I know that we financially good, you know what I mean? But still, just as a man, I'm so used to working all my life, not having a job feels strange, you know what I mean? So I used to tell myself, okay, you know what? I got all that I need. We have all that we need because we actually do. Okay, then I graduated after a few months. We have all that we need and want. Because when I look around, I got stuff that I don't really need, but it's good to have a little luxury, you know what I mean? And then I move forward to, really getting, deep in, I'm like, dang, I'm abundantly blessed. And I had to give my kids this word. I'm like, let me tell you what abundantly blessed means. Like, woo, let me tell you what abundance is. I'm like, think of a millionaire, a billionaire. When they go to tip, and I'm asking my kids, what do you think the minimum they tip in? So, they kids, just $100. I said, okay, that's wrong. That's wrong with that. That's wrong with that. Just for scenario purposes. What's $100 to a millionaire, to a billionaire? Nothing. That's how abundantly blessed we are. We have so much blessings that we can give blessings away and not even notice that it's missing. You see what I'm saying? I said we have live, fresh fruit in front of us. We have a big fruit bowl, and our fruit bowl is usually overflowing with fruit. I said, growing up in Brooklyn, we ain't have let me tell you what I seen fruit at the fruit market, the fruit store. I didn't have that in my house like that. You know what I mean? that we could just pick bananas as we want to, oranges, plums, grapes. I was eating cherries for dinner. You know what I mean? Just spend the. We're abundantly blessed. So I'm like, okay, I know my blessing is I got to get the gab. You know what I mean? So let me just try to give a little bit to everybody. You know what I mean? That because I know my little seasoning. Because it's just like cooking food. Not everybody can barbecue like can. You know what I mean? Like Pops. People could put the meat on the grill. You see what I'm saying? But it takes skill to learn when to turn it, how much coal to put on one side. You know what I mean? When the you know what I mean? Flip it over, how to throw some water on there. You know what I mean? What kind of chips to put in there? It takes skill, and it don't take just 1 year to learn these tricks of the grill master. You know what I mean? It's years of barbecuing. It's years of cookouts. It's years of people telling you like, yo, bro, this piece right here, it's burnt right. Yo, this raw. It's raw, bro. Put this back on the grill. Bro, get him off the grill. You know how they do it at barbecues? They put you on Front Street. You on, bro, let me not even go there. You know what I mean? But that's how I feel like my gift is, and how when you find your purpose, it's that perfect bite of the rib where, and I'm maybe I'm guilty of this only, but I'll be like, man, if I don't know your ribs, I'm kind of like, let me just taste a piece. You know what I mean? Because I don't like wasting food because I've been deployed before, and I know what it's like not to have those foods. So I'm like, I feel bad about that's another story. So when you finally get that rib, you know what I mean, and you're like, it's kind of like a little bit of like you're waiting for it, but at the same time, you're like, it's a little bit of anticipation and like horror at the same time because you're anticipating good, but you're anticipating bad too. You know what I mean? And you finally go and you know that look at okay. Wait, no, let me just try that one more time. You get the bone, you're like, bruh. You put your foot in it. That's finding your purpose. That's what it feels like to me when I find my purpose. Cooking that good rib, having that good seasoning on there. You know what I mean? Where I take it, it's not too salty. It ain't too plain. It ain't too sweet. It's just right. And my brothers that's watching, you know what I'm talking about when I say it. It's just right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's how I feel when I knew my purpose, and especially when I'm executing in it. Executing the office of my purpose. That's a whole nother episode, y'all. Executing the office of your purpose. Let me get off. That's what I wanted to say.
That's I love it. That's the engaging part. And the thing about it is that you're actually talking to two cooks. I mean, Brother Suave is always doing this thing and sharing his talent online whenever he cook his meals. And you know, I'm not a wimp in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say is, you know what I'm saying, especially when it comes down to getting on that grill, don't say that too loud because, you know, it's people around me that'll be like, hey, you talking to the right person when it comes down to that grill. Don't let it taste like lighter fluid. You know what I'm saying? That if it tastes like lighter fluid, you got to L in your column automatically. You know, it can't taste like lighter fluid, you know. But like I was saying, Brother Suave, I was saying to him, he talking to two cooks, you know, because you be online dropping your science all the time when it come down to getting into that kitchenology. You feel me? So, you know, when it come down to it, we old school, man. We was raised in the kitchen. My grandmother, man, let me get on some bacon for you. I can do my thing, you know, and that's why I was talking about one of the shows. I'm just reflecting back to one of the shows we were talking about, domestic skills. That's one thing I'm not even going to lie. That's how I used to get girls. When I was younger in my 20s, I would invite them over and I would have the kitchen smelling. They'd be like, well, who cooking? What? This is my apartment. Who else is going to be here? I'm not hiring a maid. Bam. I got an A on my report card, bro. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I can get in the kitchen and put it down. And hey, everything is from scratch. so you know,
plus.
Hey, exactly. So you know, I can respect that. I can respect that right there. As far as that comparison, that was a great comparison, man. Because you're absolutely right. When you find your purpose, it's like finding that perfect meal, and that's true. That's 100%. And I'm living my purpose right now. Being able to inform people, to be able to engage people, to entertain people, to bring knowledge to, and to be able to celebrate our culture right now. And one thing that Brother Suave always said whenever we have conversations is, we need to celebrate being able to come together without it being a tragic or a tragic incident or something that's sad or, a family reunion. We need to celebrate, come together and celebrate each other every single day. That's why this platform is different. That's why this platform is not about coming here ranting and raving. It's just about coming in and having conversations and being able to uplift one another. Be able to share those ideas. And that's the great thing about it. And I'm glad to be in the cipher. I'm glad to be able to just even, come up with the idea, be able to have brothers like you that want to participate. And like I said, and like we all say, it's going to continue to grow. We just have to make sure that we come to work whenever it's time to come to work. That's all we have to do. That's all we have to do, fellas. And I appreciate it. I appreciate both of you. I learn every week from the both of you. So, and that's the thing that motivates me is because I'm a lifetime student. I love to learn. That's my addiction. Other people have opioid addiction. My addiction is learning. I love to learn. Anything new that I can learn, give it to me. I will be a trivia superstar if that's the case. Put me on Jeopardy then. You know what I'm saying? But I just love to learn, and that's what it is with me. But I'm just glad to have you guys here. You know what? Let me do one thing though. Let me at least take a station identification. I'm trying to get my programming down, y'all. So I got to run some type of commercial or something, so that way we can kind of keep it going. Okay, we're back. Hey, listen, everyone who's reaching in and tapping in with us, remember to subscribe and to share and to like the video. I have to remember and remind myself to say those things because that's what's going to help us grow. They have to like, they have to share. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're looking to do. But man, time flies, doesn't it? Time just be flying by. But purpose is something that I just wanted to bring up tonight, fellas, because I was just thinking about it today, and the time that we have in our lives, like we said, is nothing promised, and regardless of how long you're here, it seems pretty short. So purpose is a big thing. Being able to positively affect others' lives is a big thing. And just sitting here speaking with you guys tonight, listening to you guys tonight, really was inspirational for me. And Brother Suave, just like you were saying, it's something that made you get emotional. I felt it when I said it because I meant that. And what it does to me is it continuously to give me the fire to keep pushing forward because I know that there is a rule and order here. There's still rule and there's still order. And you get rewarded for doing the right things, and it comes in abundance. And like you were telling me today when I called you, you were saying, man, all these people just was helping me. It made me feel good because they, you deserve it. And the one thing about it is God always tell you to hold him accountable. He tell you that, hold me accountable. If you think I'm lying, hold me accountable. I've never lied. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to get your blessings back and to be able to get that recognition back because of what you put out there is the blessing, man. And I was so glad to hear that because, like I said, you'll jump out there. You'll go out there and get it. And to be able to have that type of assistance and that type of help, I know how valuable it is. Because I've been in situations where I've had to try to make it work. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a team. It was no I in that team anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was, man. But I appreciate the story, and like I said, it's really inspirational, and it's something that gives me a positive vibe and a positive energy to go into my next week. And I appreciate everything, man. I appreciate both of you guys for being here. But since we are coming up on the hour, if there's anything else you guys want to discuss, the floor is open, of course. We end it whenever we end it. We got an open forum up in this piece. So whatever we need to go to, we will go to. But it's open. So you can give your closing comments, or we can open up another door. Let's go.
Well, I wanted to share this when we was talking about purpose, and this young man I had been mentoring, and for years and years, it's a lot of brilliant people out on this planet, but the thing what holds them back is their insecurities and their self-doubt. And I tell people, listen, everybody gonna have their 15 minutes of fame, and there's billions of people on planet Earth. Things happen when it's supposed to happen. I said, and for years I said, listen, it's gonna work out for you. I said, you're insecure, you're very reserved. And I said, but what happens is in life, it's like everybody's going to go through puberty. Everybody's going to go through transitions. Everybody's going to go through their time. I said, so by the time you reach this is like 15 years ago. I said, by the time you reach this place of being comfortable and tapping into your greatness, it's going to be at the right time. And so she shared with me, and I told her, doing women's studies, and I knew about that transition when you get 40 and you start seeing things just like putting on reading glasses, start seeing things differently. And so anyway, so she shared with me, saying, Suave, I just want to tell you, listen, you've been telling me for years and years, and I'm just like really gonna do it. I'm doing it. And so I said, how old are you? 40. And I said, what did I tell you years? She said, I say, it ain't no coincidence. It's just that you see all this movement. I say, all of them at that age, and they start to realize how great they are. They learn how to love themselves, some of them. And it's no coincidence. It's just like when you have a preteen, then they become a teen, and they start going through. It's no coincidence. This is when you start going through these things. And I said, it was just like adult puberty. You just going through it, and now you see how great you are. And I was telling you, I said, for years, I told you this. And look at it, it's happening right now at the right time. She said, yes, I appreciate that. And I said, listen, and what you need to do is do that to someone else, a young person. And I'm seeing them, and I said, they're actually pursuing what I told them years ago, but it had to happen when it's supposed to happen. Because now the people who did it, they're just sitting back and going to allow the new generation to do it, and that's what sometimes we have to do, mentor our young people and watch them blossom. And I'm so happy for them. And again, we have to be able to talk to our young people, not attack them, but talk to them and inspire them. And a lot of times we forget that we were young at one time, and we can't be saying how negative they are. We could speak life into them and be transparent about some of the mistakes we made. And then at that point, when we're transparent, we empower them, because what happens is, we're the elders, and we have to be able to show grace, but also transparency. And then they can feel like they can respect us because they respect it because they're hearing us being transparent. And they're sitting there saying, man, this person's old head is open up telling me that they have made many mistakes. Then I can hear them. But sometimes our young youth can't hear because we're doing this. Like we haven't made a mistake. And it's just so funny when you used to hear the elders, talking like, these kids around here having babies as teenagers. Didn't you have your first 3 at age 14, 15, and 16? But you talked about, like, come on now. Be transparent and say, when I was younger, age 14, 15, and 16, I had some kids, and I wouldn't advise that you do it because, I made some mistakes back to back. But I'm going to tell you this because people make mistakes. And then that person can actually listen to the elder and say, you know what? Maybe I do things a little different. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for showing empathy, And I think this is what we have to do and to make this world a better place. And again, mentor, talk to, be transparent. And that's what I wanted to say in terms of my closing remark, because I guess by the time everyone get a chance to get out, that time be over. But I just wanted to share that. And I'm happy that we was able to do this cipher in terms of our purpose, because all of us obviously live in our purpose. We live in it. This is not something we're dreaming about. We are living, and living it, and I hate this, but I can't even worry about what people think. I'm living, I can say I'm doing what billions wish they could do. Have the freedoms and the liberties and the finances to move and do whatever I want when I want, without having to ask questions or be challenged about what direction I'm going, because I'm living my life with purpose, and I'm living it with gratitude, and I'm living it to the best of my ability.
That was dope. Like I'm talking about like jewels from Jacob, but not from Jacob, but from Brother Suave. You know what I mean? Like they're like, who that? Like, yo, if you don't know who Brother Suave is, Brother Sheldon, then you ain't nobody to be known. You know what I mean? Like you see what I'm saying? Like the upperclassmen go to certain stores. They don't go to Walmart no more. You know what I mean? When you're at that next level, you might go to Walmart because you're passing by, but I'm talking about like jewels. Let me tell you something. I am an old soul because I just love being under wisdom. And when I say wisdom, it doesn't really have a number on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, most times we see people who are wise are usually older, yes, because they've been here longer. You know what I mean? They have more experience, like you said. You know what I mean? But I love being under like the covering of wisdom because I'm like, just like you said, Brother Sheldon, like just learning. It's nothing like learning from someone like who's a master. I used to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the day. I used to love Master Splinter, and Master Splinter was never that guy that just be like, "Our Turtles, you did it." Nah, he would give them like these little parables, like he's not Jesus, okay? Let me come closer. He's not Jesus, okay? But he would give them little lessons here and there. You see what I'm saying? And then when things was a little bit too tough for them, he's like, "Turtles, stand back." You know what I mean? Him and Strutter will be fighting, but I wanted to say this, like you said, communication is more than words. You know what I mean? It's not just what you say, but it's how you carry yourself too. You see what I'm saying? It's your movements. I tell my kids, like, people can read your. I was telling my son, he was afraid of insects. So because I make him, how we do down south. I'm from Brooklyn, so I never had to cut grass before, but he's cutting grass now because he's not from Brooklyn. He's living in Georgia. You know what I mean? So he's pushing the lawnmower. He's like, I'll just wear a long sweater. I said, bro, you wear a long sweater, you're going to be a heat casualty. You know what I mean? And you're going to see daddy over there with some water. You probably ain't going to like the way I'm kissing you. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring you back. All right? I'm going to bring you back, bro. Okay? But anyway, he's like, I'm afraid of the bugs. I said, certain animals can smell fear. Right? Certain animals can smell fear. Certain people can smell fear because growing up in the inner cities, and you have been to certain places, you could tell when someone's afraid. And they become the prey. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. I said, you got to have a better mindset. Okay. Change your mindset. Tell your body what to secrete and tell it not to secrete fear because certain animals are attracted to fear secretion. So now I need you to secrete confidence because confidence is like sunblock to some people. You know what I mean? It blocks the rays from frying their skin. You know what I mean? But they still getting the benefits of the sunshine. You see what I'm saying? So when you change your mindset and you walk in confidence, and confidence don't mean that you think that you could do anything in the world. Yeah, that's a type of confidence. Yes. But you see what I'm saying? Confidence to me is like, you know what? No matter what the challenge is, I'm going to attempt to do it. That's confidence. I'm going to make an attempt. So I don't want to go there. I'm just go a little bit fast. Me fast forward, going back to purpose and what I've learned myself and from, the old heads too, you know what I mean? The elders, And this was passed on to me maybe a few weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, snap. I always knew this, but I just never could put a word in that. Anytime y'all talk, I always say that. Like, I knew that, but I just never had a title for that or a word for that. Effortlessly. When you do something effortlessly, it's your passion or part of your passion. And effortlessly, like you said, don't mean I'm not putting the work in. It means that it don't seem as hard to me as it would to someone else. Like you got them brothers that be in the gym, all types of men and women who be in the gym, they just be getting on that treadmill, just reading the closed caption on CNN. You know what I mean? I can't focus on closed caption when I'm running. I'm from the city. You know what I mean? So I got to get a beat in my head. I got to get Kanye in there. I got to get the power. Hey, I need some cadence. You know what I mean? Because after the first two steps, I'm like, nah, I ain't nah. You know what I mean? I ain't looking at TV. I can't. But to some people, running. Like, that's one thing in the Marine Corps. Like, when I came in the Marine Corps, they had us running. Now, I can run in sprints, you know what I mean? Because that's what we did in the city. Give me 2-3 blocks. I'll kill you on 2-3 blocks. They talking about 2-3 miles minimum. Minimum. You know what I mean? And then at minimum, that's the bare minimum. Okay. So then as you become an NCO, and let me just transfer that to modern days, it's like a working supervisor. Okay. You get promoted. You can't be the one in the back. Woo! Don't be a leader and you lead it from the back. Let me say that again. Let me make sure my mic up. Don't be a leader and lead from the back. That's street wisdom and Marine Corps wisdom. I'm gonna say that. Okay. So, you know, I had all these, you know, devil dogs who's from the Midwest. They did cross country all their life. They swimmers. You know what I mean? I ain't never touched no water except for the bath, you know what I mean, in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So I had to get myself up. And it's so easy to lose your confidence in it because everybody's overconfident in the Marine Corps. 99.999. Okay? Overconfident. They will kill you just with the talk game, bruh. You know what I mean? You're dead on sight. So let me fast forward. I had to, you know, practice my cadence. I had to practice running. I had to practice being in the heat because, you know, these boys can run. So what I did was I'm like, okay, and this is how it goes. You have to be able to break them as the leader. The leader has to be the one doing the breaking, so to speak. Like, you can't get broken by your troops. You see what I'm saying? Because then it becomes, let me not even go there. That's a whole nother topic. So what I would do is I have endurance. Okay. I don't have the speed, but boy, I can go all day, all night long, all night. You know, I know that song, right? All night. So we will run our 3 miles there, and we run 3 miles back, but I would take breaks every mile. Okay. Oh, all right, y'all. You hitting mile 1? That's getting the push-up position. We're doing 4-count exercise to 100. Huh? So, yep, I will kill them in some damn 1, 2, 3, 1. Get yourself up 2. Do it more. Okay, good. We run the next mile 2. Hello dollies. Because I needed me a break. I will kill them with some hello dollies. And hello dollies is just when your feet is 6 inches and you just do 1, 2, 3, 1. 4-count exercise, 100. Third mile, we'll do jumping jacks, 1,000. 4-count exercise. You see what I'm saying? Because I had to let them know, yeah, y'all can run fast, but I can go all day long, bruh. Try me. Brooklyn, stand up. So purpose, it becomes effortless. And I said this story because it was effortlessly for me. It wasn't a lot of effort for me to do 1,000 jumping jacks. It was effortless for me to do 100 push-ups at that time, 4-count. You know what I mean? Hello dollies. My core was the core. You know what I mean? The core. You know what I mean? So when it's your passion, it becomes effortless without a lot of struggle doing it. You see what I'm saying? So, I can go on all day. Y'all done said a lot of stuff. The divine timing. You know what I mean? You said divine timing. That hit me so hard because, you know, it's a lot of times where, you know, as a man, you just going through and you don't understand at that moment. You know what I mean? Because you're not being vulnerable with yourself sometimes. And then with others that you know you could trust, you're just like, nah, bro, I ain't trying to. No, I'm good. I got this. But you over here thinking like, bro, like, why does this keep happening? Like, am I waking? Am I awake? You know? And then inspiration to others. Like just hearing y'all talking, people hearing this right here. They're like, man, yo, that brother, he knows exactly what he's. I went through that same thing. You know what I mean? But I want to tell y'all this. Everybody talks about problems. But, you know, on this station, right, we talk about solutions too. Solutions. So I'm going to tell you the solution. You know what I mean? Like Brother Suave said, sometimes it's just time. You got to go through those phases. You see what I'm saying? You got to go through those phases. There's no way you could be an NCO without being a troop first. There's no way you could be a leader, you know what I mean, without being the follower. There's no way that you could be a branch manager for a bank if you ain't never been a teller. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes people go through the telling phase. They be the teller for 2 years, a year. Some people 6 months because they good with that money. They got that money game. Some people got to be a teller for 10 years. And then finally they understand how it works and everything else. And now they got the opportunity to be the head teller and then move on up. So, you know, whatever your stage is in life right now, okay, you can change that. Yes, you can change that. But just know everything is a process. You know, and this is the last thing because I got a list of things. I'm going to say this is the last thing. I was telling my son the same exact thing, bro. I was like, I'm like, bruh, I said, this is how you know you shouldn't rush things. If you wouldn't rush cooking chicken, then don't rush what you're doing either. Because nobody want to bite in a chicken and they see that pink in there, and it's not the good pink. You know what I'm talking about? It's that this ain't steak pink. You know what I mean? It's that this ain't steak. This ain't steak. You know what I mean? You ever had somebody fry some chicken and it just smells so good, and you bite that joint and you're like, that's the wrong type of juice. What the bruh? Yo, who fried the chicken? You know what I mean? That's the process. Don't be biting into no bloody chicken. It's just the outside crispy, but the inside raw. Nobody wants some raw chicken. So that's how your purpose is. And I know I'm coming off a little, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just got to put it out there. You know what I mean? Trust the process. Let me put my thing on mute because I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to put it on mute right now.
I appreciate that one, Brother General. Man, you know what? But you know, another part of not only trusting the process, you have to complete the process. You got to finish what you start. You know, that's very important. And one thing that is true is that, you know, our passions is not work. You know, it's more than likely our passions we've been doing without getting paid for years before we start getting paid. So, you know, but I loved it, and you're absolutely right. And I'm not far removed. Chris. I'm a military vet. I probably 75 to 80% of the individuals that I went to school with went into the military, believe it or not, because I came from a smaller place. I came from a rural area. So more than likely, you know, a lot of times in rural areas, a lot of people go into the military so they can get away and feel as though that they got the upper however you call it. They just got the upper move on everybody else. And you know what? Most of the time, they did. You know, because they used to come home after basic and they used to have their brand new cars. You know, that was the first thing they did. They came down on the set with their new cars. And not only, and now, you know, I'm loving it because a lot of my classmates and others that I went to school with, because where I grew up at, we only had 3 high schools in our county. So, you know, we were kind of a pretty tight-knit community. And a lot of them now are my age, and they're doing so much. It's like life all over again. You know, they retired from the military after 25 years. So they're getting what they're getting from the military. Now they're starting their own businesses, building homes, buying properties. I mean, it's amazing, man. And to be able to have that forethought and to be able to believe in yourself enough to be able to jump in and allow Uncle Sam to control your life the way that he does, and for you to go through it and be able to come out, it takes a lot. You know, your mental has to be strong. And so being able to affiliate with you guys and with your discipline and understanding and military background, it does make a difference. And there's a lot of people who don't understand how you are and who you are that look like us because they've never been affiliated with, you know, the military or understand how the military operates and how it helps to shape your mindset and your disciplines and things like that. But that's a whole nother story to be talked about anyway. But fellas, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, brothers, man. Out here in this what in this plague, like I heard somebody call it. I hear in this plague with this thing flying around. You guys take care of y'allself out there, Brother Suave. You know it ain't nothing but love for your brother. You out there in the Midwest doing what you're doing. And just whenever you get everything ready, just let me know so we can go ahead and bring Neighborhood Planet on out there and put down those seeds and start growing that crop out there too. Brother Chris, you know it's always nothing but love for your brother. You take that strength and you go ahead and finish this upcoming week and knock it on down. The weekend's coming. Monday is Labor Day, so we kind of got something in between. Brother Suave, I see you over there hollering and yawning, so we're gonna go ahead and shut this down. Again, I appreciate you fellas, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a cap on it since everybody's done. Peace, my brothers. Ain't nothing but love for y'all, man. Thanks so much for coming in and giving me your time. All right? Peace.